Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampItCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks so much for joining me for another live Facebook video tutorial today. Before I get started, I want to remind you that tomorrow is the last day to place an order with using the host code provided below to receive the free set of I'm having a slow start today. My mind's not working all the way. But for our card class last week, you can still, there's still another day to receive those projects for free. And if you place a $50 order, you can also get a set of the glossy dots and a free celebration item. Now, I'm not using the celebration items today on our project, but I will be using them on Saturday and Monday. So make sure to check back to see, and these are the items that were added this month. So lots of great products we're gonna be using on our next two videos. So today I wanted to share a little treat. This is a St. Patrick's treat that we had done in class this month. And I'm using the Lucky Clover stamp set. Now, the punch is no longer available, which it just punched this one out. You can cut that out in about 30 seconds. So it's not a loss. We can't get the bundle, which is sad, but we can still get this great stamp set. And we hardly ever get St. Patrick's, you know, or Irish themed sets or anything like that. So I really recommend this one. And then we're going to use the little treat cracker box die, which I love this. This is great for all occasions. And we're going to do something a little different with it today. All right, so the candy that I chose are these little short lollipops. And I actually bought these on Amazon. They're called Color Splash Pops. They're the Granny Apple Green color, but green apple flavored. They come 30 in a box, and I've used most of them. I only have a few left. And this is actually my second tub of these I have gone through this month. And so we're going to make a fun little treat holder just for that lollipop. Okay, let us get started. So I have, I'm going with the garden green for our color scheme. And I start with a piece of 5 by 5.5 garden green cardstock, and I'm going to take the garden green ink pad, and I've got a block here, and I've put the not the large clover, but the medium, small, and then the little splattering of clovers right here. I just put them all on one block, so it'd be nice and easy to stamp, and then I just kind of rotate my paper as I go, and I'm covering this whole piece of cardstock with clovers. Then I'm just going to fill in down here with a little bit. Let's see, we'll use the small one right there. That is what we're going to do. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to do some die cutting on there. All right, now I have a strip of basic white, and we're going to stamp the Happy St. Patrick's Day sentiment on there. I've got to put it on a darker color so I can see a little easier. Right there. We're gonna trim that out a little bit more even. But first we're going to die cut and make our box. So we're going to take the die, and this is they're the same on both ends, but the top of my box is going to be the full thing here, and then the bottom I'm actually cutting off this part. So my cardstock is going right in the middle of that bottom set of diamonds. So you can see a little score line right there. We're just going to put it right on that score line, or just even a little before the score line. And we're going to die cut that. So let's grab our Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. I normally do die cutting first, but I thought since we're doing something special, we're going to go ahead and do this. All right, we'll get that lined up right here. I'm not worried about here as long as it's covering, you know, there's plenty of cardstock, but this is the part that I want to cut off. So that's our kind of our focal point there. All right. Don't need any of that. So we're going to take this. Okay, so now you see we have these little teeth down here. Okay, there are a lot of score lines on this little box. So we need to crease all of these score lines. So I usually go down and do all of these first, all these long ones. And these make the sides of our box. All right. Now, there's a score line right where these triangles are, so we're going to just gently fold those back and give those a little crease. And then on this side, same thing. We have right where the triangles start is a score line, so let's get that folded back and creased. Now, in the middle, you saw there was a little score mark on the middle of the little diamonds here. We're going to fold that back. Fold that back the other way towards our stamping. And then there's one last score line right here at the other end of these triangles where the scallops are. So I'm going to fold those back just gently to start with, so because the score lines are very faint, sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, we'll finger press them and then we're gonna do a good crease. All right, so this is how it should look, if you can see, get my fingers out of the way, on the scoring. So just like that. Okay, to assemble, we are going to take some double-sided tape and I'm going to run it across one end, and then I'll just go ahead and put a little bit there too, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just across one end, and then we're going to peel that off. All right. And then bring this around and we're going to overlap this one panel. All right, some people, now if you want a square box, you can overlap two panels and then you'll come out with a square, but I want the five-sided box, which is a pentagon shaped. I think I called it a hexagon a couple times in class this week, or this month. It's not, a hexagon is 6 sides. This is a pentagon, like the military headquarters. All right, so we have that, that assembled. Now we're gonna take the little end where we cut off, where where the teeth are. So you can see if you have even pressure on all 4 sides, it makes a pentagon shape. So I'm just going to fold these in. This is the easiest way. If you're going to make a bunch, I'll show you what to do. Whoops. But if you're just doing one, the easiest way to do this is just put some glue, and you don't have to put a lot, just, you don't want it squeezing out. Okay, we're just putting some glue on each shape, and then very gently place it on some green, garden green scrap paper. Just give it a second to set. All right, hopefully that's shaped correctly on all 5 sides. And if you want, while it's setting, it's liquid glue, so give it a few seconds. You can take your bone folder, your scissors, and just kind of press down on the inside to help it all adhere and set properly. Okay, now we've got it stuck to our scrap paper, and then we're just going to come around and trim off the excess. Now, if you're going to make several of these, all right, I'm going to give that still another minute to set. You can take, after you trim it, you can put it on here and then draw around and make yourself a template, okay? Mine's not perfectly a pentagon, more of an irregular pentagon, but that's okay. So that's all set. I think it's pretty well dried. Now this is where we put our little lollipop right inside, and you can just open that up in the middle and put it in. It fits perfectly. Then I've got gold, a little bit of our gold elegant trim, or a simply elegant trim. It comes in gold and silver. I'm going to tie it right around there in a bow. Trying to get it on one side. There we go. That pulled nice and tight. We can trim off any extra. Then I have got this gold oval. I want to make sure it's on the same side that my my bow is. And this I die cut from the Around the Bend dies. It has this cute little oval, but if you have an oval punch or, you know, another die, it doesn't have to be oval. You could do a rectangle or a circle. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to just put some adhesive right down the middle and stick this onto the front of the box. You don't want anything too big because, you know, it's not a big box. It's just a cute little box. And then let's take our sentiment and we're going to trim this down. Now this is on a 1/2 inch strip. I'm going to do Happy St. Patrick's Day in 3 different. But if I leave this is going to cover almost all of my gold. So I'm cutting it down even further. And if you want to trim around the words, you are more than welcome. But I wanted to get it as close to the words as I could, but fairly rectangular in shape. Because I do want my gold showing. All right, now we're going to pop these up really quick. Just going to put one on the back of Happy, one on the back of Day, and maybe we'll do 2 on the St. Patrick's. That's a little bit longer. Not all the way to the end because it's going to go past, it may go past our gold oval. So I'm going to put this down first in the middle. Whoops. Oh, it stuck before I was ready. Okay, right like that. And you can put them at little fun angles, whatever you want to do. Whoop. I'm going to do a little bit of an angle. I like to do angles because then it doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that. Super cute and fun. And that is it. I mean, how quick and easy was that to do? And this is great because it stands up. You can put them as little table favors if you want to send them to school. They, you know, there's 30 in a pack, so that's usually a good class size, but super cute and fun. So I hope you enjoyed that today. Please, if you enjoyed today's video, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And please check back on Saturday. I've got a great fun card for you using some of our free celebration products. So I will see you then. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.